Hi guys and welcome to my channel. If you hear noise happening in the background, then it's because there's a little 1-year-old walking around. I can't force her to be quiet, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Sorry about that. So I figured I would sit down with you and tell you guys about where I see this going. And when I say this, I mean my my life, I guess, my future. I think that one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves is setting very distinct goals and end goals, and like having a clear vision of where we want to end up, because I think that makes a big difference in the steps that we take. So if you only have like this vague notion of this is kind of who and where I want to be, then you know, figuring out, okay, what is the next step to get there gets a little more trickier the less specific you are. And so I wanted to sit down and I wanted to tell you guys my end goal, my end position, I don't know, something like that. So I always, like, since I was a little tiny girl, like I remember in high school when we did like, I don't know, finance class, and we were supposed to like budget for how many kids that we want or whatever, and everyone thought I was nuts for putting like 6 or 7 kids. Like, I've always wanted a whole pile of children. And so I fully intend to have 6 to... Me and my husband agreed on 6 to 8, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it potentially got up to the 10 mark range. So 6 to 8, 10-ish kids. I also don't want to have any in my 30s, so like maybe not, maybe we'll stop. But I'm only 21 and we're already talking about number 3. So, I mean, we could get there. We could. So I think that's the first goal that I have, that I want to keep in mind, is I plan on having a handful of kids, and I plan on having them relatively fast. So that affects, whereas somebody who doesn't want to have kids until they're 35, you know, that affects my timeline more than that. More than them. Differently than them. Not more. Differently than them. The next thing is I want to own 3 houses for myself. These wouldn't be rental properties. These wouldn't be vacation properties where I'd actually... That might be a good idea. I'll put that on the back burner. I might rent these properties out when we're not there. At least maybe one of them. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Maybe the one in Idaho. Okay, but I want to own 3 properties. I want to own a big piece of land in Idaho. Call me a doomsday prepper. Call me what you will. I like Idaho a lot, except for I can't see myself actually living there full time. But like, if shit hits the fan, Idaho is where I want to be. So I'm gonna own a big piece of land in Idaho. I want to own a vacation, a summer house up in upstate New York, which is where I am now. And that is because both mine and my husband's families are up here, and very, very shortly we plan on moving quite a ways away. And so if we can have a vacation or a summer house up here and come and spend the summers up here, because it'll be cooler up here in the summer, or cooler up here in the summer than it would be all the way down there where it's like 800 degrees. That would be nice, you know, best of both worlds. It could be like the same all the way around the year, so that would be bomb. And then we get to spend a couple months out of the year up here with our families. And then last but not least, I want to own a house in either Arkansas or Missouri. And the reason I don't know is because my mom is moving down to Arkansas or Missouri very shortly, and we are planning on following her. And the reason that we're planning on following her is because it makes more sense if we are going to move. Okay, so me and my mom have very, 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 like, practically the same kind of standards for what we're looking for where we're moving, as far as temperatures, as far as laws, as far as, you know, the environment, like, kind of the same. And so, like, our top couple of states are the same, and they're moving first. And so if we're moving to the same places with the same standards around the same time, it just makes more sense to be around family than it does to just move, you know, 3 hours away from her and then miles away from everybody else. And so we're just gonna follow her because it makes the most sense for us. Plus, as much as I can't stand her, I love my mom to death. I don't know what I do not being able to just show up at her house and be like, okay, feed me dinner. I'm joking, but, like, not really. So that is owning 3 homes, having 100 children. Those are kind of what I want for me, kind of goals. So then on top of that, I want to be able to give like crazy. And I know that a lot of people that's kind of not their goal, but, like, I want to be able to just tip a really good waitress $200, and I want to be able to, you know, build wells, you know, when churches are going on missions trips. You could? That was scary. Oh. After she fell down, it didn't hurt her enough, and she got scared. She didn't think that there was a good enough reason to cry, so she bonked her head on the ground. Well, I didn't pick you up after the fall, so you had to get hurt again, so I will pick you up. So I want to be able to give generously. I want to be able to, you know, see struggling young parents and just say, here's $500. I want to be able to, you know, have a cause happening at my church and be able to just give generously towards that. I really desperately want to be able to give as much as I possibly can. And, you know, I can't do that with where we are now. So I need to be making a big enough income where I have the ability to do that. And so I guess for, that's another thing, is I want to spoil the crap out of my grandbabies when I have grandbabies. I know my kids are still young, and I know I have a ways to get there, but, like, I really want to spoil the crap out of my grandbabies. So with having, like, 100 kids and then multiplying that, like, I'm literally going to have 1,000 grandbabies. So, like, I'm gonna need a lot of money if I'm gonna spoil my grandbabies. Like, there's no way around it. I have no choice but to be a billionaire. Yep. And so moving on to business goals, I guess, I plan on starting off by getting rental properties. So the way that I would do that is the same way that we bought this house. We would buy a house. We would make it, I mean, depending on, you know, the condition that we bought it in. Hi. We would kind of make it to a point where people would want to rent it, because this house was a little dingy. I mean, it's still a little dingy, but, like, it's better. We're about to have a brand new kitchen. That's exciting. And then we would rent this property out while we lived in another house. And so the beginning is going to be the hardest, getting, you know, the first couple of properties, but then after that it's going to be fairly easy. They're all kind of just going to pay for each other, especially if we can live on a budget in the beginning, because, I mean, we currently are, but then extra income can go towards extra properties and, you know, start like that snowball of accumulation. And so after we get at least my husband's income, probably double that, my husband is going to quit his job. My goal is to have him be able to retire at 30, which sounds crazy. And that's only 6 years. So clock is ticking. I can't talk. And so 30 years he's going to retire, and we are going to start flipping houses, mostly because he needs something to be doing if he's not working, or else he's going to be driving me insane, and he's going to be driving himself insane. And also because I think it would be very beneficial for the kids to be able to like go there and work and help out, especially as they get a little bit older and into teenagers. I think it's a very good skill to have, for one, and I also think it would teach them, how do I word that? It will give them a very good work ethic. That's what I'm trying to say. Yay! You want to work on the houses? I think that's it. Those are kind of my goals for where I see my future going and where I want my future to go. And if you do not have clear goals of where you see your future going and where you want your future to go and where you want to end up, even if, you know, they seem impossible at the time, then I would highly encourage you to sit down, go, you know, on Pinterest or wherever, and, you know, figure that out, because the more clear your goals are for your future and where you want to end up, the easier the steps in getting there will come to you, will be defined. It'll be easier to figure out what steps you need to take in order to get there. That's what I'm trying to say. Hi, and I think that is all for this video, and hopefully we will see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye. Bye.